question for you. How do communities safely dispose of effluent water from their sewage system? How about growing trees? Hi, I'm Larry White, agroforestry specialist at Forest First. We at Forest First believe there's an opportunity for communities to irrigate trees with their effluent water. Not only will this manage their effluent water safely, but also produce an economic crop for the future. Let's talk effluent water management on trees. We at Forest First have established a research demonstration site on land provided to us by the town of Outlook. We have 3 plots involved in this demonstration site, one being an effluent water system, one being a clear canal water, and one a dry land plot. We also are attempting to evaluate 2 different types of irrigation systems, one being the drip or trickle irrigation system and one the micro sprinkler system. We decided to plot this trial mostly because there's very little information on irrigating trees in Saskatchewan. We've planted both hybrid poplar and willow, but we've also added some higher value trees like birch to see how they'll do. Now let's talk about what you do with all these healthy trees after they've been irrigated with the nutrient-rich effluent water. Well, finding a use for trees has never been a problem, and agroforestry becoming a major industry worldwide. In Sweden, for example, wood-fired generators are being used to produce power and electricity. Trees can also be turned into wood products such as lumber, veneer, and biomass for fuel. In other words, the resulting tree crop can become a significant economic opportunity for the community. Because trees grow faster under irrigation, the time to harvest is less and crop rotation can occur more often. Hybrid poplar grown for wood products can be rotated roughly every 15 to 20 years. Willow, when produced for biomass applications, can be rotated every 3 years. The income per acre with a crop of trees is higher over 20 years than if the land was annually cropped, even with today's high grain and oilseed prices. In order to explain the details of our irrigation system we have set up here at Outlook, I've asked our local manager, Bill King, to join us this morning. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Larry. Here at Outlook, in addition to the sewage lagoon, we have an irrigation canal within a couple hundred yards of the field. Pipe was trenched from both and pumps installed. Every trickle counts in the battle for water. An ineffective or improperly managed filter station can waste a lot of water and threaten a drip system's fitness and accuracy. As Larry mentioned, we've used 2 different irrigation systems for demonstration: micro sprinklers and trickle or drip irrigation. Micro sprinklers, installed between the trees, gently spray a mist of water. The moisture sinks into the soil, avoiding runoff. And because the micro sprinklers soak the lower trunks and the shaded soil rather than the sun-beaten foliage above, evaporation is substantially reduced. Micro sprinklers are generally 80 to 85% efficient, so growers can irrigate the same area with less water. Plus, they eliminate the flooding and drying cycles that can damage tree roots and deprive them of oxygen. That helps reduce root rot and other diseases. Also, since the system moistens the whole area under the trees, when temperatures drop to freezing, the wet ground gives off heat and warms up the whole environment. You can get some frost protection from these systems, especially if there's a good cover crop to capture more water. Another form of irrigation, the trickle or drip irrigation, provides control and precision of irrigation timing as well as the amount of water applied. As a result, drip irrigation causes significantly less erosion, less deep percolation, less leaching, and lower water use. Drip systems can be tailored to each crop and to each field. Growers have many options for custom fitting drip irrigation to their specific situation. For example, typically poplar plantations use drip tubing laid on the ground along the tree row. The drip tubing emitters determine the flow rate of the water onto the soil. Ideal emitter flow rates depend on the soil type. Drip irrigation and micro-sprinkler irrigation require a filtration system for the water. An improperly managed or ineffective filtration system can waste water and cause plugging of the very fine orifices in the drip and micro-sprinkler. The micro-sprinklers are set 10 feet apart along the row of trees. Each one has a spread of about 12 feet, puts out about 8 gallons an hour. The drip tubing is along the line of the trees, and it has emitters placed every 3 feet. Each emitter puts out approximately 2 gallons per hour and has a wetted area of about 1 to 2 feet in diameter.
The decision on what tree crops will be planted will be based on what the grower wants to do with the end product. Fast-growing trees such as willow and hybrid poplar are called short rotation woody crops. They're harvested for biomass, fiber, and other products. There are several other high-value tree species that offer economic opportunity to tree growers. Some of these include Siberian larch, white birch, maple, possibly even walnut, and we're looking at several other species that may apply as well. We know that irrigation can help trees grow. If that water is rich in nutrient, so much the better.